Welcome to the Bad Movie Night podcast, covering the worst movies you've never seen. We hope you enjoy listening to Bad Movie Night podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Bad Movie Night podcast. Jesus Christ, John. Tonight, we are talking about the 1989 horror comedy, oh my god, Aaron, Vampire's Kiss.
Nicolas Cage.
The tortures of the damned!
Maria Conchita Alonso.
Shoot. Do it or I'll fire you. Do you understand? Not the floor, Alva.
And Jennifer Beals.
You are so pathetic.
Vampire's Kiss.
Strange stuff. I'll never do that again. Jeez.
God damn it, Aaron. Are you? We have a special guest today. I can't look at him anymore. But that is, of course, John Dunning from the They Said We Said YouTube channel, filling in today for one Lindsay Washburn.
He looks more like Jack Nicholson playing the not what the fuck brain. Damn it, the Joker. Thank you.
I can't think of a worse guest that you could have asked. But you have to do this. You have to have me on this, or I'll fire you. I'll fire you for my subscription feed. God, I can't see anything now.
I don't like any of this. Just so I don't like any of this. Aaron, please
stuck in the middle.
What?
We are back, guys, talking about Vampire's Kiss, which is a Patreon recommendation. You can get your recommendation put on the wheel, become a patron, and recommend some stuff. There's a whole Slack channel now. I think Spiv was working on it.
I didn't invite anyone to it because there's too many members now.
Too many members, but we will sort out all those details.
It's like a weekend at Spiv's house. Too many members.
Too
all
many
flung
members.
Spiv, if there was a cult leader on this podcast, I could see it being you because you're oddly calm and creepy.
Yeah, you have to be a cult leader. So
I know.
Yeah.
But
the Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
And you do like Kool-Aid, because every time I go over there, you're like, you want to call a glass of Kool-Aid? I just whip this up.
Got
and
with
no.
purple stuff.
Purple
Trendy.
You got a Southern D?
Oh God, it's all sugar.
Yeah, I don't think I drank Kool-Aid in like a decade.
Yeah, it's because you're not cool.
Kids are over there. You hear that?
Gotcha there.
Goddamn kids are ruining the podcast.
Can't hear your kids, dude.
Well, anyways,
yeah.
John, thank you for joining us. For this episode. Would you like to critique anything else about my parenting right now, AJ?
No, I'll save it for later.
Okay. So, what's new, John? What's been happening? What's been popping? It's been a while since you've been on the show.
Yeah, cult films. That's what the main focus is over on the channel. Film Hooligans still going. Yeah, it's been fun. We actually did a Cult of Films on Vampire's Kiss, Jason and I. So I was chomping at the bit to talk about this one again. Am I getting through to you? Yeah.
I hear that you have a big episode on the movie Hardware coming out soon.
Maybe.
Did the red chips get installed? Or?
Yeah, there's talks.
There's potential. There's potential.
The's potential in that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I'll say.
Yeah. The
we
guest
don't have
is
Lindsay
so that I have in mind for that one.
That's true. That's true. He sounds like an asshole. We do not have Lindsay here, so we're not doing a rabbit hole.
It's AJ, isn't it?
No, it was me. But that's funny that you assume the asshole of the group is AJ.
I just thought AJ's the hipster of the group.
Why'd you assume he was the asshole?
No, I knew it was you, Chris. I was making a joke.
Oh.
Lindsay's definitely the asshole of the group.
That's why we kicked
That's
her
true.
off.
She's not here. Yeah. Anybody else want to say anything bad about Lindsay while she's not here? Now's the time. That's what we do.
She's from Iowa.
Oh, that's a low blow.
Oh, shit. That's
Flyover.
That will get you smacked on stage at the Oscars with that mouth.
I heard all the VHS tapes in the background are just fake anyways. They're just cardboard.
It's a blue
boxes.
screen, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh,
It's all prop.
It's all green screen.
It's all fake props. All
She
right,
did a
that felt
Blu-ray
good.
review.
Yeah.
They lost
She did a
faith.
Found to
Blu-ray
the dark
review.
side.
All right,
Once you go
guys.
Blu-ray, you're not going back, guys.
I've never started that
Gotta go to Super VHS.
hobby of collecting Blu-rays because
No.
I don't know. I did like
Where you gonna
DVDs for
put
a
'em?
while, and like I'm not. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in my
Not
storage unit.
You can only have so many collections, you know?
You gotta know
Yeah,
when to
true.
just cut it off.
I don't even have video games anymore, right? You just like download them.
Download
Yeah,
most of
why
them.
are there video game stores?
There's a reason why GameStop was going out of business.
Yes.
Until their
What
stock
is
went
the
up.
Best
Buy?
Buy?
What do you buy at Best Buy anymore? I went over there for an HDMI cable. It was like $75.
Why don't you go to Best Buy
they're
for
never
an HDMI
open.
cable?
I only go to
Well,
Best
I
Buy
didn't.
so I don't give money to Bezos.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck
Just give it to
Amazon.
another
Who else
corporate
you're giving it
scumbag.
to somebody, some other asshole?
Mr.
what-
Best.
Well,
Like, you can
if
either
want to give
have-
money to an asshole. You're welcome to become a Patreon.
What is the better? What is the better
You too
situation?
can give money for an asshole. $2 a month.
You can consolidate all that wealth into one giant asshole, or you can consolidate a whole bunch of wealth into a bunch of assholes. What's
Surrounded by assholes.
Yeah, we're just surrounded by assholes. Is the problem.
That's true.
So,
fine.
all right, we're good. We're good. That's a good time. to
Speaking
move
of
on.
assholes.
Speaking of assholes, AJ,
Nick Cage.
Smooth.
what is Vampire's Kiss about?
A publisher executive has been bitten on the neck in the throes of passion. He starts to think he is becoming a vampire. But could it just be a delusion?
Fuck yes.
In the 1988 dark comedy Vampire's Kiss.
Rated R, cause
He sleeps
Nicolas
under a
Cage's
couch.
crazy.
Because a giant pasty on a boob.
dude, I saw
Yes.
that. Not that I was looking. Thank you very much.
How
'cause
could
I
you
have-
not?
I
It's
have
half the
glass,
screen.
And but I was like, oh my god, what is that? Oh, I understand. Like,
Good for
I
her,
know.
though. Not for this fucking movie.
I guess.
Good
I don't
for
know.
her.
Nicolas Cage showed it. He showed that nip.
Hairy nip.
It was very hairy. I had to look up how old he was because I'm like,
Yeah.
he like
He's
sort of
like
ages,
16.
but he was like 25 or something. For this movie. Yeah.
He's a
Pretty
Coppola.
Yeah.
He's a Coppola.
He's a vampire.
They're hairy.
He's a vampire. AJ, that was really good. Premise hole.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome, AJ. Time to move on and do the history hole for 1989. So let's take a
88.
moment, get up
88.
under Aaron's couch, and get a little context for the movie and the year it was released. So here we go.
For Aaron's history hole.
All right, Vampire's Kiss.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
It's pretty good. Pretty good, Aaron.
Jesus.
How did you do that?
It's cool.
Oh, it's so creepy.
Yes.
You should do a Skype interview for a job like that. I guarantee you'll get a job offer.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
No, you have to do it.
Oh my god, how are your eyes like
Contacts are going
that?
to pop out of my
Are
eyes.
your
if I get
eyes
this
really
shit.
that weird? Like,
How are you wall-eyed right now?
or are you like cropping it so it's
Is
like
there a
that?
filter or something?
What?
What is going on? What's the science behind this?
It's magic of photo editing and
This is some Conan O'Brien shit.
manipulation.
Yeah, right.
Jesus.
It's perfect.
Ridiculous.
I got nightmares about this shit.
All right, moving along. Vampire's Kiss. This movie was released. Double eyebrows. On September 17th, 1988, at the Boston Film Festival.
Look
I
like a
got two
gym
noses.
teacher.
Oh, shit.
Make sure to stretch first.
Stretch out those hammies.
I'll show you a stretch. And it was later released on June 2nd, 1989 in the United States. It was filmed primarily, actually all in New York City. Shocker. So some other films released that month, September 1988, was Gorillas in the Mist.
Is that the Sigourney Weaver with the monkeys?
It is.
It is.
Okay.
Those are
Never saw
gorillas.
That's actually
Wow.
the first song for our new band, Harry and the Suspendersons. We have Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Okay, classic.
Heartbreak Hotel.
Okay.
And 8 Men Out. Yeah, I don't remember. Some sort of sports.
When do they
sports
come
ball
back in?
movie.
Baseball,
Yeah.
Baseball movie.
That's a baseball reference?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Never played it.
Okay, moving along here. We have our director was Robert Bierman.
Beerman.
He took a drink of beer, podcast listeners.
He has 20 director's credits, mostly for TV, but he most notably for Walking Dead. He did 6 episodes of that rotting piece of shit TV show.
Whoa.
Wow.
How you really feel?
Jesus.
It just keeps going.
I know. I made
gotta
it to
know
the,
when to
I
stop.
made it to the finish line, the final season, and I fell off.
Oh yeah.
It was
same.
it's been so bad for the last few seasons, and I made it to the. I'm like, I'm gonna finish this, and but like I don't know if I have it in me.
I haven't
don't
watched
know.
any of the newest one. Yeah.
No, I don't know if I can do it.
Is that a Walker cage?
I don't know. Our writer, oh god, my eyes. Our writer was Joseph Minion, who has 9 writer credits. Didn't write this shit down.
You know why you don't have any actual information to tell us from the history holes? Because you spent all the time working on that fucking information.
And thank you for that. That was the right choice.
Yes, I think so too. Our music was by Colin Towns, who has 130 composer credits, mostly for TV, but he did things like French Spies, The Haunting of Julia, 129, and Space Truckers.
Yeah, he was in Deep Purple.
Space Truckers.
He was in Deep Purple.
Yeah.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun,
Man.
dun.
That from the Space Truckers episode.
Soldier Fortune.
All right, our cinematographer was Stefan Zapsky, who did the
Guy
Thin
from
Blue
Monsters
Line,
Inc.
Blades of Glory, Edward Scissorhands,
Guy from Cannibal Video?
Mike Wazowski, Edward Scissorhands, Matilda, Child's Play 2.
I like that one. I like that
good
one.
Of course you do.
What's that? What's that?
Okay, so some films to check out from this week. We have Motorama from 1991. This was rated R. A 10-year-old boy runs away from his abusive parents, steals a Mustang, and pursues a promotional card game sold at a gas station.
What?
It's not the actor. It's just the food, though, Spiff.
Right. Well, Flea is in it too. That's...
Oh yeah, I remember when Flea had like a brief acting run. Do you guys remember that? He was in a
Yeah.
few things.
Yeah, it was a couple things.
Suburbia,
Yeah.
right?
The Caller. From
Dude, that looks pretty cool,
1987.
actually.
Yeah, this looks pretty cool. One night, an odd stranger in need asks a woman living alone in a house in the woods if he can use her phone. It soon becomes clear that they're playing a strange mind game and that there's something unnatural about their interactions.
He's
Starring
naked under
Malcolm
that
McDowell.
Under the trench
trench coat. Do people still wear trench coats? Because they look cool. John, have you ever
different
adorned a
styles.
trench coat?
You have to
Not-
be in a thirsty wasteland.
Not in a movie theater or anything. Yeah.
It's called a dust.
Just in a movie theater. What am I talking about?
And finally, we have No Place to Hide.
Chris Christopherson.
Has he always been 80
From
years old?
1992. I swear to God. He's always, yes.
Drew Barrymore.
So 2 of them.
Yeah,
are
Why are there
Meadow.
so many Drew Barrymore
This
movies?
is a big
I don't
year
know.
for
They
her.
were just. I was clicking through different ones and they are just related, I guess. From 1992, a tough LA cop and his teen sister of the ballerina, whose murder he's investigating becomes targeted by a sinister cult that secretly runs the city.
What?
How is that his sister when he's like 45 years older than her?
And the teen sister of the ballerina, whose murder he's investigating.
Got it.
Sinister.
Reading comprehension.
cult that secretly runs the
Listening
city.
comprehension.
What'd you guys say?
Just listening.
And that is all I have for this week, Chris.
Soak that in one more time.
I'm a vampire.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We have no rabbit hole this week, unless somebody took it upon themselves to procure themselves a rabbit hole. Spiv, I'm looking at you.
That would be a negado.
Okay, I was hoping that all the random wood in the background was some intricate thing that you were working on for the podcast, but that was foolish.
Those are
of me,
rabbit
I
joints,
guess.
not rabbit.
I'm building a new coffin. And,
It's fair. All right. Well, I guess it's time to move on and talk about Vampire's Kiss. So here we go.
Patreon. Whoa! Join the Patreon. $2 a month and you get some stuff. Whoa! Patreon.
Hey everyone, go to patreon.com/badmovienightshow and sign up for $2 a month. You get access to the weekly pre-show as well as other bonus podcasts and videos. Patreon.com/badmovienightshow. It's been a while since I did that one.
Mm-hmm.
We usually do Still of the Night, but I forgot I had, what was that song? What song was that? Living on a Prayer?
Halfway there. Living on a prayer.
Living on a prayer. Is that Living on a Prayer? Okay, Living on a Prayer. Aaron, change back to your normal self. This is too fucked up.
Look at me. Look at me.
All right.
This is like Nightmare
AJ.
City all over again. Jesus.
AJ, we are here to talk about The Vampire Kiss.
Yes.
Vampire's Kiss. Yes. What did you think?
It had its moments. I think we'll dive into it more, but like I think the biggest issue with me for this movie is like his character just is so unlikable, you know, and like when you approach a movie, especially like a dark comedy like this, I think it's important that you at least like the character a little bit, and it just makes it hard to enjoy it because of that factor, you know.
Did you like Patrick Bateman in American Psycho?
Well, because Nicolas Cage was Patrick Bateman before Patrick Bateman was Patrick Bateman, might I add. I did enjoy the crazy Nicolas Cage moments, which I'm happy and excited to dive into. I know we will. I know you get some save for us.
Take a bite
Rebecca,
out of
what did you think?
I liked it. I thought it was weird, and he was fantastic for it. Like, I don't think anybody else could have done this like he did it, because it's just him being him and his weird accent and crazy antics, and I really enjoyed it.
Mr. John.
To piggyback off Rebecca, I am so glad that Dennis Quaid turned this down to go do Inner Space and Nicolas Cage picked this up.
Holy shit, this was supposed to be Dennis Quaid?
This was supposed to be Dennis Quaid.
Oh, that would have been awful.
totally
We'll get into that, but this movie is like herpes for me. Like, I can't get away from it. Every time I think I'm done with this movie, it's not done with me. There's so much. It's so tonally all over the place, and I hate it and love it at the same time, and I'm confounded by it, and I don't know even how to review it, because I don't know if I'm just, like, you're supposed to review it just as a meme, or if you're supposed to take it kind of seriously. I'm always confounded by this film, but I'm always so happy to revisit it. Like herpes.
Too much information.
All right, well, I don't want that underwear back that I let you borrow. Spiv.
Yeah, the first hour of this movie is just like him being abusive to his secretary. And then he thinks he's a vampire and it gets zany and fun. But the first hour, man, that tone is just dark and mean, and there's not very many jokes. So yeah, it was a trip.
Aaron.
Yeah, man, I kind of have same feelings to John as this. It's like I love it and I hate it at the same time. I think it's probably a really well-made movie in some ways, but in other ways it's just appallingly bad because Nick Cage is just completely unleashed on this thing and he goes just batshit crazy. And it's really entertaining, but it doesn't fit in with the tone of the rest of the movie. So it's just like you're constantly being like pulled into this seemingly somewhat of a thriller-ish type of movie, and then just pulled into this just insanity, and it's it's pulling you all over the place, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. But it's the first time I actually finished watching it, so that's a good sign, I guess.
If I agree with any of that you just said, because I feel like Nicolas Cage is like the best part of this movie.
Yeah,
in a way where like if you
entertaining,
had what's his face,
Dennis
Ryerson,
Quaid.
Dennis Quaid, whatever, Donald
Dennis
Ryerson,
Quaid.
Randy Quaid would have been great.
Randy, like somebody like Dennis
Shooter
Quaid.
was fool.
Dennis Quaid has no sense of humor. Like you could tell him all the jokes in the world, and he'd be one of those people who'd be like, "That's not funny." Like he's just devoid of.
Gary Busey would be good in this role.
Oh shit!
God,
I could see that. That'd be more sad. I'm always confused by the Patreon picks sometimes because I feel like from a production standpoint, it's a pretty well-made movie.
Yeah.
It's actually, I think, a pretty good movie. It's definitely weird, but I pictured it more like American Psycho. Like it's that black comedy kind of thing, and it's all in his head. And it's kind of dark if you look at it from this guy's just got like psychosis and he's kind of losing his mind. And then it's sad because he does awful things. And
Yeah, that
then
poor
it
Running
ends.
Man lady. Yeesh.
Maria Conchita Alonso.
Yeah.
Running Man lady.
Running Man
That's
lady.
what she was in.
She's been in a lot of stuff, Spiv.
Probably.
Predator 2.
Yeah,
Predator.
She was in Predator 2. She was pregnant in that movie. And so the
There you
Predator
go.
did not kill her.
Yeah, she was in a lot of stuff in the 90s. She was in Commando. Yeah.
She's
in
not in
Commando?
Commando. That's
She's
what it is.
actually really good. She's like the unsung
Oh no, she's in the
hero of
Running
this
Man.
movie.
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Running
the
Man.
Running Man.
what I said.
She was in a bunch of 90s like action movies.
I'm looking at Maria Conchita Alonso's filmography right now. She was in The Lords of Salem. But what? This movie is hard to talk about because I don't I can play the scenes of Nicolas Cage freaking out and being over the top, and taken out of context, they're ridiculous. I mean, even in context,
They're ridiculous. Yeah.
But like, is that what people think makes it a bad movie?
I think it was the tone. It wasn't consistent.
All over the place.
Yeah,
He's in a
Psycho
different
is
movie than
very
everyone else in
consistent.
this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a great way to put it, John. I think had I seen this when it first came out and not really knowing who Nick Cage is and how crazy he can be, I think I would have felt very different about it. But I just
True.
expect that of him now.
Yeah.
So going into it, it's like, truly, this is not like a modern Nick Cage film where it's weird or off the wall. The whole movie is. This is
Right.
seemingly like a serious film with, like
I don't
it's
think
like
it's
interjecting
serious,
like a
though.
Jim Carrey into like a serious movie or something. It's like
I
It's
think
like
it's more
the
satire.
take a time to
plastic
kill.
vampire teeth. Like that's
Yeah.
silly.
Take
It
the time
is.
to kill and replace
Matthew McConaughey?
Matthew
Samuel
McConaughey
Jackson?
with like Dumb and Dumber era Jim Carrey, and you're just like, what? It just
Wow.
would feel really weird, and that's how this film feels to me. It's just like, I don't know.
But it was more of like, again, the American Psycho thing where this guy isn't necessarily a good guy. And you see that right from the start where he's with his therapist talking about like how he wanted the woman to leave even though he wanted her last night and he didn't want her to be there anymore.
He
And,
was
like,
really
just-
horny.
when he saw the bat. Yeah.
yeah.
I think this movie would be way more enjoyable if from the start he was a likable character. And you could
If he
still
didn't
have
abuse
the
the
satire.
secretary.
you can
yeah,
watch
if he
him
wasn't
spiral,
like
right?
misogynistic through the whole first half of the movie.
But-
I think it would be enjoyable. Like-
So I think that's the point, though, right, AJ? Because it's like this. It's the indictment of that '80s yuppie culture. Of it checks all the boxes of he's abusive to women, especially the people his subordinates, like the people he works with. He's just. I don't even think he has psychosis. I think he's just so fucking bored and coked out because
Yeah.
everyone was. It's just what actually was happening in the '80s. But just ramped up to make it a cinematic feature. It's like, what if someone was so bored with their life because they were so white and so male and had so much money back then that they just decided that they're now a vampire?
I mean, I'd like to find out what that was like.
What with Jennifer Beals?
Sure, why
She's
not?
from Flashdance, right?
Yeah.
She was in Boba Fett. She's a vampire. She is actually a vampire. She still looks exactly the same age. She's got that Willem Dafoe thing going.
Oh my God, she does look the same. And she's almost 60. That's what I'm gonna look like when I'm 60.
Paul Rudd, they're the real like Hollywood cabal.
What if I slowly start to just form into Jennifer Beals? Would that be weird? Like I don't even do anything. My body just like starts changing. I just
really I think our view count would go up a lot.
We would get more YouTube subscribers. Is that what you're saying? Probably. So I didn't know she was in Boba Fett, but she is. She's one of those
the Twi'lek,
the double-headed thingers.
Yeah. Wow.
What?
Yeah.
Do you think you gotta lotion those things, or what do you got to do to care for those?
Especially on Tatooine, right?
You're the lotion
5
expert.
bottles of lotion there.
Yeah. You can lend.
What would you recommend?
I would lotion up my. What are those things called?
They're like tentacles, right?
Your hedicles?
Hedicles.
I mean, it's pretty cool because she has a bunch of accoutrements attached to her hedicle.
Sure.
In this picture, so I like the fashion accessories that I don't really have the ability to have because I don't have that, and I don't really have long hair to make hedicles. So there's that to consider.
Something to work towards.
Something to work towards. That's all I have to say about this movie.
Like you said, it's so hard, right? Because you
that's yes.
I didn't write like anything down because it was either write everything down or write nothing down.
Yep.
You know what I will say, and maybe this is probably on purpose, but when they introduced Jennifer Beals' character, and you're like, oh, she's definitely going to be the vampire, but it's so unceremonious. Like the reveal and then the bite.
That she was even like that's how she was introduced.
Yeah,
because she comes back in the end then at the club scene.
There's the pasty.
What, Spiv? Scott Pasty? He's right there.
Nick Cage's legs.
You want the pasty? It's right there. So yeah, I thought that was kind of lame. The plot is meandering and nonsensical. He's just mad because Maria Conchita Alonso won't find this paper.
Can't find
from this
the file
from this big.
But it doesn't
bunch.
even matter. He's just being
all you
jerk.
have to do.
Yeah, it's just what he's mad at in the moment.
Yeah, it's
He
just
just needs to be mad at something.
placeholder. Yeah.
He's just an angry.
They spent too much
Angry
time
man.
on that before he turns into a vampire.
Well, it was important, Spiv.
Yeah, it didn't
but
really.
it
You didn't
was
need that
over
much
half the
development of him
movie.
being an asshole. You just know that immediately.
Well, here's the deal. It's not going to take that long to go through all these files. I'm kind of with him. Like, what's the deal?
You got A, B,
Their
C, D.
Spiegel file.
I mean, like, I would just do it myself. Like, I could go through these files and, like,
Yeah.
how many
I like to
papers
see
are
you
we
go
talking
through a
about?
file.
Like,
I think we're
How do
finding
you
a lot
put
of
it in the
Chris on
wrong
here.
spot?
there's
They
not
have, like,
millions
floors.
of papers. You like 1, 2. Like, I could do like at least like a couple
there could
thousand
be
an hour.
millions.
Chris has
Dude,
never
if you
misfiled anything.
misfile-
Not once. Not one time.
Imagine someone putting
who
that
Dealt
missed
with
file?
millions of
Dude,
millions of
and-
pages at one time, Chris. It's
Okay,
crazy.
but then I could totally do that. It's not. Bam.
Jesus.
1,
She has other
2,
things to do.
3.
you
She's
got to go
busy,
through every single
Chris.
one to try and find one contract.
Yeah, I could do that. It wouldn't take that long, is what I'm saying.
Wow.
Maybe he should have shared some of his drugs with her, and then she would have had the energy to do that.
No doubt. I think that the interesting part is, while talking about this movie, is talking about some of the shit that they did with this movie, because I think like Bierman, the director, really just unleashed Nick Cage. This was called a scorched earth performance by critics. And Nick Cage had no reason at this point of his career. He wasn't the Nick Cage that we know now. Like, it wasn't the feature of the film that you have him in to be just fucking crazy. He was coming off Moonstruck. He was still, like, relatively normal at this point. But, I mean, they were drugging pigeons so he could chase them around the park. This was like Borat.
He ate that cockroach for real.
He ate the cockroach.
too.
He was messing with homeless people in the street. Like, this was like...
They said a lot of
early-
the shots where he's on the street, like where he's covered in blood with the stake, it was just him and the people were just part of it. Like, they had no idea what was going on. They were living their life, and he's screaming
that's what
that
I
he's a
felt like.
vampire.
It was like
in their
Jackass.
faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good though.
I like
When
how
you
he
have
kept
this
the
kind
little
of stuff,
band-aid.
and his accent constantly changes too. That's
Oh
the
my
best
gosh,
part.
Keanu.
his
What
accent
is
is
his
great.
accent?
It was like I got a little bit of Trump, and then
Yeah,
a little
a
bit
little
of if you've seen the SNL sketch, The Californians.
Yeah, I got a
Sure.
lot of California. Yeah.
We need Nick Cage talking about windmills.
Did Keanu Reeves rip off?
It seems like it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
I don't
like
know.
a,
Completely different person.
it's an interesting scene though. Like if
Yeah.
It is an
Yeah.
interesting scene.
it's kind of like the serious scene. Like you
Oh, yeah,
really
for sure.
kind of start feeling bad for him there.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, there's a couple scenes in this movie where it's like all fun because Nicolas Cage is acting like a crazy asshole, and then it cuts to Maria Conchita Alonso like
Yeah.
sobbing
Yeah,
because
that
she was just
juxtaposition.
like assaulted the night before, and it's like
It's a
okay, this
comedy.
isn't funny at all. Yeah,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
I mean,
I think
guess
that's like
some of the
the
point, but
juxtaposition. Yeah, it's like it's weird tonally because of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's an
But look at the
interesting
trailer.
choice.
The trailer is played as a gag. It's like this guy is in some
Look how
trouble.
crazy he is.
It's because no one would go see it otherwise.
yeah, I'm gonna play a clip. It's got sound. Here we go.
Alva! Alva! There you are!
Yeah.
Like that was a very particular shot. The way that was set up. Okay.
Yeah. I felt like a Robin
it
Williams
racked
shot.
focus. That he was in the background coming out. We see her worry. Can you imagine that being Dennis Quaid though?
No.
Like
no.
so like what was the intention there? Because you guys are talking about like Nicolas Cage's unhinged, scorched earth performance, but like isn't that what they're calling for?
Well,
It needs it.
I watched the commentary. Actually, Bierman told him to jump up on the table in that scene.
Wow.
But
What about like the mirror scene and all that kind of stuff where he's just flipping out like the way that scene is set up too. He's like standing against a mirror and you don't see his reflection in it, but you see it in a side mirror. So it's like maybe he is a vampire.
Nah.
But
yeah,
then it
like-
eventually is revealed.
Okay.
I don't know, man. What a movie. What a
That's,
weird ass
that's
movie.
after the movie got a little zany and more funny, I thought.
at any point, I was never like, is he a vampire or not? It was always just like, is he, does he have mental issues or is he just a deranged asshole? And that was the reveal that he is just a deranged asshole.
Sure.
I was never sure how much of it was reality versus him just like pure like fantasizing or hallucinating
Yeah,
too.
like Laura
It's-
thought the whole movie was in his head.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
they
in a
do
lot of
the-
ways it feels that
They
way.
do the one shot. They only do it once, and it's very quick, and it makes you doubt it. But when he serves coffee and she's invisible in bed, that makes you think he is
Yeah,
delusional.
exactly. That's when
and
it starts,
hallucinating.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
he's a
Yeah.
vampire, so maybe she can disappear, you know?
Or
That's
just
Well,
not
that's
how
part of
nose
fucking
candy.
vampires work,
Yeah.
Spiff.
She turned into
That's
a bat.
daylight. She
flew away.
has
And
to
it's the
hide.
sunlight.
That is the one hint you got.
Spiff,
right
I have played Castlevania Symphony of the Night many times. You can change into mist, a bat.
Those are
wolf.
Japanese vampires.
I think
It's a
I don't
regional
think,
thing.
I don't think vampires can be invisible. 'Cause
These
that's
are
never
New
something
York
I've heard.
vampires.
Have you heard
That's a
that
thing.
before?
Yeah.
They
It's
can
not a
sparkle.
thing.
They don't have a
No, they
reflection.
don't spark. No.
Vampires
No.
can be
They
invisible.
Only in the
sparkle in the
Pacific Northwest.
sun.
Yeah.
Team Edward.
Vampires are faster and stronger than humans and can travel in hazy mist-like form. They can also have the ability to adapt to sunlight and the power to render themselves invisible, provided they are powerful enough.
She's pretty powerful.
She is.
He saw her though, right? I
So
see.
she let him.
I mean, here's the thing. It's just like you recommend this to people that love bad movies, right? And then it's just like people watch it and they're just and like Nick Cage is talking about rape and stuff and like,
Yeah.
all this horrible things, and you just get that person coming back to you just like, why did you tell me to watch that? You should have, it's like now I recommend just people going to like see the meme supercut of this and kind of cut out all that horribleness, because that's what sets it apart from like this and a deranged like Face Off or The Wicker Man, like because those are just fun all the way through. This is like got some real weird shit in there that you just feel bad when other people are just like, why did you tell me to watch that?
This is why you don't recommend films to people.
This does have some funny scenes. It's got some funny scenes.
It does. Yeah.
I saw a theory about this movie that he is like Renfield from the Dracula tale, a white collar job, but he's mentally enslaved by Dracula, and then eventually put into an insane asylum. And so it's kind of that storyline playing out of it as well.
But is she actually a vampire?
No.
No.
Not
Exactly.
later when you see her in the club.
Yeah.
Right.
After he...
Shut up! Shut up!
Has anyone ever gone
at
to a
her
club like
teeth.
this? I've never
Look at
been to
her
a club like
teeth.
this because I'm
Never
not
been
cool,
to a dance club?
I don't think
I
that
lived in
is.
Vegas.
Rick's
Christopher.
place.
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
Wait, so you've been to one of these
Fuck that
I
places?
place.
worked in clubs like this. Yes.
What was it like? Was it cool?
It's very sweaty. It smells real bad.
Does it smell like
Is
BO
floor
or does it smell like
sticky?
something else?
Smells like a lot of perfume and vodka and Red Bull.
It's
Did you like
loud.
working there? What did you do
No,
there?
no. I was the food and beverage manager at Caesar's Palace.
Okay, I don't know what any of that
He
means.
brought Jerry Seinfeld his peanut butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. Thanks,
Okay,
Biff.
what was Rick's
Someone's
place
paying
like,
attention.
Rebecca? Similar to Caesar's
Buttered
Palace, I
with
assume.
That was the first story.
Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Picture,
what Rick's place
picture
is.
that, but like in our area.
Was that in like high school? I was never invited.
Yeah,
Wasn't
it was
cool.
like the
Mhm.
18 and or 20 and under
High
club.
school night.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's one like that in York too. I can't remember what it was called.
I wasn't that
Escaping me.
cool.
Gary's place.
Gary's place. I don't know. I mean, to be
Use
fair,
your
Rick's
suit,
place
Larry.
isn't much better.
Amos's barn.
See, I almost wish we watched Witchcraft 7 instead.
I don't.
I
God,
wish
no.
I'd watched American
This
Psycho.
is way more
instead.
interesting.
American Psycho is the way better
It
version
was
of this
much
movie.
better done. Yeah, same general idea.
But-
yeah.
But you don't like Patrick Bateman, do you, in that movie? I asked you
That's
that
not-
earlier.
No,
AJ.
That's
no,
not
but
really
it's-
like
No.
But the whole
wouldn't
movie
think-
is. I mean, he plays Huey Lewis when he's killing people. You know, it's the whole movie is very
Mhm.
tonally consistent.
yeah.
True.
There's
That's
no,
not really what, though, AJ?
It's a very different animal in senses of comedy. I think
Maybe,
so. I mean,
yeah.
he's not going to the degree of over the top that we're getting with Cage.
It's
It's a different
nuanced.
kind of over the top.
Yeah.
I mean, he
more
does put a
nuanced.
cat in an ATM.
Yeah, but it's
And
also
he's
much,
consistent. His
it's
character is much
consistently
more consistent.
serious toned too.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
This
I think
this
the
is
comedy works better in that, yeah.
this is like the director didn't have control of his own production, where I think American Psycho was very focused.
How much of that do you think is Nick Cage just being uncontrollable?
But I think that's what
It
you
was
paid
so
for,
early in his
right?
career,
Yeah.
though.
He's like, if I'm gonna do this, you know, you're like, okay, I
don't
guess.
think he was uncontrollable. I think he
Yeah.
can control it pretty well. I think when they want him to unleash, he unleashes like nobody else. And that's what you couldn't have had like one
that's what
scene
she
where he
said.
does that and been like, oh, what the fuck, don't do that anymore. Like that, I don't think that happened. I think it was like, yeah, we like that, do more. And
How
then
much
you
of
You
it's-
almost need like
you think
a
it's improvised?
story reveal. You know, like more story behind him going crazy.
Mm.
Like what I read something online which I thought was interesting. Someone's theory, which isn't, accurate to what the movie is, but he said where this movie would have worked is if you found out he was in a very serious relationship for a long time and then it ended and then the movie starts and he's in therapy and he's not he
That
can't
would
deal
make
with
more
it
sense.
and he starts
Yeah.
breaking down.
There's the girl that
There's
he
like a
keeps trying to
reasoning
get back
for it.
with. But did we
Yeah.
ever meet her? Outside
No,
of those
she's
scenes?
fabricated, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
it's
that's-
totally made up in his brain. Yeah.
That's made up, yeah.
Mhm.
Because that's when he's on the street talking to the wall.
Right.
Oh no,
that-
not the blonde at the end.
Mm.
The girl that he ditches at the museum.
No, she's real.
She's
Yeah,
real. right?
she's-
Yeah.
She's real.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She
But
seemed
I
like
don't
a
think that's like
long-term
any
girlfriend.
long term.
Mm-mm.
No, but I didn't understand that either, where he's like
Yeah, like
kind of
what was-
interested, kind of not. He abandons her at the museum and stuff.
it's-
I think it's just showing like his erratic thinking and behavior is
Yeah.
alarming.
Well, and in his mind, he's somehow controlled by the vampire.
No, he is the vampire.
He's right there.
Shoot me!
Don't shoot the floor.
He
He's
literally
Harry
said
Bear.
in the commentary that he just wanted to see if he could get away with saying boo-hoo in a movie role, and he did. He's like, whatever, man. Like, let's make this okay. A studio is giving us a giant bag of money, and the six of us have to remake this. How do we do it? Where do you start?
We hired Nick Cage. Nothing else matters at that
Jennifer
point.
Beals, apparently, because she's
Yeah,
still
really,
the
she's-
same.
She's the same.
Wear the same costumes.
Where do you go with it, Chris? Do you go more comedy? Do you redo the dark comedy, or do you try to make this into a more serious
like,
thing?
serious tone?
Yeah, I think if you're doing the serious like black comedy type thing, then you're just harping on American Psycho.
Yeah.
Like to the
Or
to
you
the
could do
very-
something like, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
and just do it like consistently like that, or you go zany and funny, because there is a movie in that is fun where it's like, oh, the boss is now a vampire and he doesn't realize he's becoming a vampire, but instead of like abusing Maria Conchita Alonso the whole time, they'd have to have a different dynamic there. But you could do something like that, I think.
Yeah. But this doesn't work. Both of them didn't work together.
No, not at all.
He pulls that kind of comedy off well in certain movies, like Bad Lieutenant's one, where he's like on
does that
cocaine the
kind of
whole
stuff?
time, and it's just like it's a serious movie, but it's also really funny because he's on cocaine and high out of his mind the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's
it
where
can
it's
be
like a
funny to
serious
laugh
tone.
at stuff like that. Yeah,
Mhm.
it is funny in that context. But then the next scene when Maria Conchita's crying about
Yeah.
it, it's like
Well, that's
no
the
fun,
thing.
so.
It's like a wake up call from it. It's like, whoa.
And that is why you don't do drugs, AJ,
or
maybe you do.
limited qualities,
or just
and
do the
under
right ones,
supervision.
I guess.
It's constantly shaming the audience. It's just like, you just laughed
Yeah.
at that? Oh,
Right.
now look at the aftermath of what just happened.
And
Yeah.
the ultimate ending is sad.
Yeah.
It was
This guy's
I
like,
was
I
surprised.
guess?
yeah.
Push,
And it was
I
like, oh my
guess?
god, that was like,
Yeah, that was-
oh,
It's dark.
it was shocking.
That was intense.
Oh, shit. Took the thing off.
Yeah.
It's
Anything
a
else,
meme-a-thon, but also other stuff in it. It's just so weird, and I guess that's why it is kind of fun to talk about. But it's so confounding because you're like, I don't know how to attack this one.
Like you attack a pigeon.
You drug it first, like.
Jamie says I like to laugh at people more mentally unfortunate than me, but Jamie doesn't realize that we are all laughing at him.
Oh,
just kidding. Just kidding. Anything else, guys? Anything else? I got nothing. This is a hard movie. We already said a hard movie to talk about. This is why these fucking patrons. I don't understand you patrons. It's like Secrets of the Clown. That's that you can sink your teeth in and talk about.
I know.
Because there's a lot of meat there.
Yeah.
This
Did you notice when he would get back to his apartment, there were those mimes outside?
Yes.
I don't fucking know.
It's New York
I don't
City,
fucking
man.
know.
New York
clip
City.
of that one, Chris?
I don't have it, but I know
They'd
you're talking about.
repeatedly like slap each other and then spit on the other person.
So I did the quizzes on Nicolas Cage, but there was just so much that I couldn't include in the quiz. But he was actually stalked by a mime for several years.
Jesus.
Like they would show up on the sets that he was working on. There'd just be a mime randomly, and they'd like kick him out, and then like it would be somewhere else that the mime would be.
That's awful.
So then I was like, was that mime supposed to be there, or
It was his debut.
Mimes kind of freak me out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they're weird.
They're a little weird.
That scene reminds me of the mime scene in Gremlins 2 for some reason.
It's a mime scene in Gremlins too.
It's like right at the beginning.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna play the alphabet scene.
You just put it in the right file according to alphabetical order. You know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Huh?
That's how I taught my kids the alphabet
I
too.
feel like his therapist really let him down too by not catching these red flags and
Yeah.
like taking appropriate
she didn't care at all.
caution. No, like that is like really
Well,
bad.
especially like when he was calling and was like, "No, I need to meet with you now," and she was like, "Well,
She had her boy
how
toy
about?"
I'm doing my boy toy.
In what world? We don't know if the therapist is real, because there's scenes where
That's
he's talking
fair.
to a
Yeah.
statue and he thinks he's in therapy.
That's
So
fair.
who knows to say? Who's to say if any of that was real?
I mean, maybe the statue's more effective.
I go to therapy
Because he doesn't want to
and-
hear anything back. It's just him
Yeah.
speaking.
Talking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, John. This is why we bring you on. Because Lindsay's not here.
I'm a yuppie asshole.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything else with the Vampire's Kiss?
No.
I mean, I think we should give it credit for what it inspired later, because it really did. Kind of a lot of other actors kind of took from this, including Christian Bale for Patrick Bateman. Like there was a lot of he pulled from this, and I feel like this kind of showed not only Nick Cage but other actors like, hey, you could just fucking go. Like if you have a project, and I mean it didn't really turn a coin. This had a $2 million budget and only made $725,000. So I mean it was a failure, but people strangely paid attention to this and took a lot from it. So I mean, not so much the movie itself was great, but kind of what came after.
The unhingedness is something that is it sticks out when you see it on screen. I'll grant you that. All right. Any alternate titles?
Couple crappy ones.
I'd love to hear crappy ones, Aaron.
Vampire's Kiff, because he's got those goddamn plastic teeth and he can talk like this. Then Vampire's Tits.
Vampire's Pasty.
Yeah, really. Nicholas Uncaged.
Yeah.
Flock of Vampires, because his hair like just goes nuts at the end. In the elevator scene, like it's just like, oh, it's crazy. Vampire Cop gets a new job. Alva and the Shit Monk.
That's a good one.
I am a vampire. That's it.
His hair was very versatile. I noticed that.
It was all over the place.
Yeah,
it was his own character.
Yeah.
He's a Coppola.
He's a Coppola.
Do you have the
Anybody
scene
else?
where he laughed getting into the taxi?
Oh my
No.
god.
The audio that.
Jeez.
Yeah. Just that crazy face.
There's the meme.
Aaron did it better.
Ah.
Paul's got one. He says job interview with the vampire. That's good.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Vampire's fist and it's full of fucking time. Oh, here we go. Taylor Ann has one. The most meme movie in history. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, true.
All right. We did it.
This in the room, right? Like
Probably, yeah. I had never seen this before at all, and based on the trailer, it was not what I was expecting. So I'll say that. AJ, would you recommend The Vampire's Kiss?
I don't know if I would. It's just such a tonal, weird movie. Like if I'm gonna see Nicolas Cage unhinged, or like honestly like a dark comedy, I'd probably watch like The Lobster or something more dry. I don't know. It's just not my thing.
See,
This
in
wasn't
that?
my
I thought that was
movie.
Colin Farrell.
It is Colin Farrell. I'm just saying it's like a dark comedy. I would
No.
rather watch something like that.
Rebecca.
Yeah, I would recommend it. I think because it is the most memed movie, you have to watch it just to experience it for yourself.
John.
I agree. It's like a rite of passage. It's one of those that it's like a box checker. Like you have to, even though it kind of sucks. Like
It's a box checker.
a box checker. Like, oh, I checked that box off. You know, it's like a
the
bucket list.
action of box check.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
I thought it was like a job. Okay.
No.
I don't think that's not a noun. That's a verb.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Box checking.
You're checking
box
box,
check.
box checking.
Yeah, it's especially if like you're gonna do this, like what we do, you kind of have to. But like normies, maybe not. Maybe just watch the supercut on YouTube.
Spiv.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. If you're going to watch it with some friends and kind of make fun of it as it goes, then for sure. But just to watch a movie, no, I can't recommend it for that.
Aaron.
I'm going to recommend it. It's, if nothing, it's definitely entertaining. You can't say it's not entertaining. It is a mess of a movie, whether intentionally or not, I'm not sure, but I do think it's worth watching.
Liked it. It's weird as shit. I don't know what to say about it. I think you should just watch it once, and just to say you watched it.
Yeah.
I do kind of want to explore Jamie's Vampire's Piss movie he's explaining in the comments, because it's actually kind of an interesting concept and could lead to some very interesting sequences.
He just crossed the line there with the last one. But...
Yeah. A little bit. Anyways, we'll move on. All right, it's time to move on and play a game. Here we go.
Game time, baby.
Your theories are the worst kind of puppet, right? Your methods are sloppy and your conclusions are highly unpleasant. Shall we play?
All right. So, like I said, this is all about Nicolas Cage, and it's not going to be like, when was he born? What? Because there's just so much weird shit about him. So, let's get into it. A man broke into Nicolas Cage's house and ate what while standing naked at the end of his bed? Was it a fudgesicle, a snow cone, a chipwich, or a Klondike bar?
Chipwich.
Go Klondike.
Fudgesicle.
God damn, I kind of want a fudgesicle.
I mean, I feel like the
Klondike
Klondike
bar sounds pretty
is
good.
like the classy choice here.
No, I feel like
What?
if it was a Klondike bar, you have to unwrap. And like by
Yeah.
the
You
time
can't
he
eat one
unwraps
without
it,
making
you
All
can-
of those
extremely
things you
messy.
gotta
I don't even know what a
unwrap.
chipwich is.
It's just like a cookie.
It's just a
sandwich
cookie
with
with
Cookie with
cream.
ice cream in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, you're no longer fat now. You're a thin guy, and you just don't even know what that is.
Sorry.
It is a fudgesicle.
Told you, classic fudgesicle. Is it a
Yep.
fudgesicle or fudgesicle? Fudgicle. Fudgicle?
Fudgesicle.
Fudgesicle.
I think
Sickle.
those are keto, Chris.
I thought sickles were like what the Grim Reaper uses to harvest souls and shit.
It's like a popsicle, but a
That is
fudge
a-
sickle.
Ah.
You're harvesting the
sickles.
chocolate,
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a hedicle, like a tentacle, but on your head.
Makes sense.
It's a callback from 20 minutes ago.
Because tentacles are intense.
A comic starring what hero was stolen from Cage's house?
Oh, yeah.
Batman,
Superman.
Superman, Captain America, or Wonder Woman?
Is it Superman? Everyone
Superman.
said that.
Man.
I'd
That's
say Wonder
probably
Woman.
He was supposed to be
Superman.
Superman. Yeah.
Captain America, because he loves freedom.
It was Superman.
Yeah.
It was finally returned. It was missing for 11 years,
Holy shit.
and then they finally found it. He bought it for $110,000, and then was able
Damn.
to sell it for $2.1 million.
This man
Pay off
loves
some of that
spending
debt.
Can you
money.
imagine just like spending
He really does.
$110,000
On a comic book.
On a comic book, and then someone steals it.
and being like,
A corn snack from what country used his likeness without his permission? Was it
Gotta be
Mexico,
Japan.
Korea, Japan, or Norway?
I mean, corn.
Korea.
My mind goes Mexico,
Yeah,
but
I feel Korea would be a
I'm gonna go
pop
Mexico.
kind of like culture
I'll go the obvious
situation.
Norway's kind of. Oh, the
It's either
oddball there. I'm
Japan
going
or
Norway.
Korea.
There's no corn in Norway, Spiv.
yeah, they don't have corn in Norway. so
They ship it
They
in.
only have Vikings and stuff.
Yeah.
Japan.
Ah!
Wow, look at him there.
Dad?
Aaron, he kind of looks like you. Put on glasses and change your hair to like blondish. Kind
I
of looks
thought
like you.
he looks like a fat version of the singer from Nickelback.
Look at this corn snack. Nicolas
God.
Cage bought a tomb shaped like what? A pyramid, obelisk, heart, or skull?
Heart.
Pyramid. Pyramid.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
I think it's a pyramid.
Pyramid
Yeah.
power.
That sounds about right.
It is a pyramid. It's 9 feet tall, and it's in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
He only eats animals that do what in a dignified
Mate.
way? Mate, die, eat, or communicate.
Mate.
Gotta be
Mate.
How do you do that in a dignified way?
Watch
show
it.
you.
Die. I'm gonna die.
Sean's gonna show you later.
Well, no, that he doesn't eat humans.
Oh.
Mate. So this only includes fish and birds. He says pigs, cows, they're all very undignified. Can't eat them.
What? How does a
Weirdo.
fucking fish even mate? Like they just drop off the eggs, right? And then
Yeah, so
like,
it's
not-
dignified. It's clean. It's
Oh, that's what he means by dignified. Okay.
yeah.
Hmm.
So does
Has he
he
mated with that
mate
pig?
in a dignified way? Sorry, we got the Ferris Bueller song there for a second.
Cage outbid what actor to win a dinosaur skull at auction?
Johnny
Brad
Depp.
Pitt, Tom Cruise, Leonardo DiCaprio, or Johnny Depp?
It's got to be Johnny Depp. Those two both spend money on
Yeah,
the stupidest.
I'm gonna say
things.
I'm gonna go on the edge and say Tom Cruise for some weird reason.
I'm gonna say Johnny Depp.
Cruise doesn't even believe in dinosaurs.
It was Leonardo
Oh,
DiCaprio.
nice.
Wow.
Yeah. And then they found out that the skull was stolen anyway, and it was confiscated. So
He found
it
out
was
the
a bit
dinosaur
head.
was too old for him.
If I'm ever super rich, don't let me be an asshole, please. Don't let me waste
But
money.
you're
on things
already
like
an
this.
asshole and you're not even rich.
I know, but let me not be an asshole.
Don't let me
anymore
be
when that
more of an
happens.
asshole.
Right, exactly.
What actor did Nicolas Cage help get into acting? Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, Leonardo DiCaprio, or Johnny Depp?
Leonardo
Depp.
Gotta be
DiCaprio.
Leo,
I'm gonna-
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
We're
is
just
it
right,
really
little
Leo?
He'd
Leo.
have to be younger than, yeah.
Tom Cruise.
Johnny Depp.
Told you.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
He rented
that
him
crew.
his apartment and then suggested that he go see his agent. Johnny Depp wanted to get into music, but Nicolas Cage encouraged him to act instead.
That
Look at
picture
that.
makes me
With,
horny.
without that, we wouldn't have the classic Willy Wonka, right? That we all know and love.
Oh God.
What Johnny Depp role did Nick almost take? Jack Sparrow, Willy Wonka, Edward Scissorhands, or Sweeney Todd?
I've got scissors.
Jack, say Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Edward
I'm gonna say
It's a big role.
Scissorhands. Yeah.
Willy Wonka.
Oh God.
Wow, that would have been
terrible.
Well, that might have been interesting.
I would have wanted that. Yeah, I think it would
That
have
would
been
be way
better.
better.
All right, last fact. So there's this picture that a guy on eBay sold. He's convinced that Nicolas Cage is actually a vampire and just reinvents himself every 75 years. So there he is in the 1800s.
Do you guys not remember in high school there was a kid that looked exactly like me? It was way more popular and everything. Bizarro Chris.
Bizarro
So like it just happens. It just happens.
Yeah, just.
Well, who won? Did we all win, Rebecca?
Everybody wins.
Think
We haven't
all
had
lost.
winners in like
I know. It's
years.
just like
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I haven't been paying attention, I guess. Whatever. Okay, sorry. All right, time to move on to some listener feedback. Here we go.
I suggest we read some listener feedback, sir.
Make it so, number one.
Emails. You tiny little emails. You precious little emails. Where are you?
Last week we checked out Witchcraft 6, The Devil's Mistress. Paul Lilienthal says, I'm the alternate universe version of him. Who became a vampire, settled down, and got married.
Built a desk.
And built a desk.
Slowly.
Oh, I thought we were talking
Also-
about Paul for a second. I was like,
No,
congratulations.
Spiv is Paul. Paul is Spiv.
I am Paul,
Finkel
but
is Einhorn.
superior.
Yeah, got it.
Also, he was saying Galaxy Quest was in the top 10 movies of all time right when I said it.
Galaxy Quest.
Great
pretty
movie.
Great.
It's a good
Great
movie.
His Patreon pick has changed to The
I'm
Rage
excited.
from 2007,
Yes.
which is available
Paul
on
knows how
Tubi
to pick
because
'em. Paul knows
Grave
how to pick 'em.
Mistake.
I
is
think that
only
was on our
DVD.
history hole at one point.
Ah,
think
shit.
it
It's on
was.
Tubi. It's got Andrew Divoff in it. Reggie Bannister's in it. I'm super fucking pumped for this shit.
Michael
Paul knows how to
Dudikoff's-
pick them. Secrets of the Clown movie of the year. Secrets of the Clown.
I know, right? Secret Clouds was amazing.
That was
No,
not
it
the
was
movie of the year. It was
Complete
Air
trash.
Panic.
It was fantastic.
It should have been Air Panic.
It should
Air
have.
Panic sucked.
We got
You picked
railroaded,
Ticker,
AJ.
Chris.
You
Ticker.
guys just,
You
you're
sold out.
amazed
for
by
Ticker.
planes. You're like
Ticker for
fucking
best
kids.
movie.
You're like, plane is so cool.
No,
Planes
the
are
problem
stupid.
is you're scared of planes. That's why it didn't win.
I'm not scared of
Ooh.
anything. I'm scared
Yeah.
of no man, AJ, except for Will Smith. 'cause he's
Because he might slap you on a plane.
Don't talk
Man,
about
smack
it.
the shit out of me.
He laughed at the joke too before
He did.
No, we're not here. This is not a political
Anyway.
Yeah,
podcast.
we're not going to go into it.
Is that political? Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's see, David Black. So did Chris hate all the love scenes, or did he fast forward through them, or both? In which case,
He
it would
rewinded a
explain
few
why they
times.
seemed extra bad.
I did not hate the love scenes. I loved the love scenes for what they were.
I believe
Two
you said
people
you skipped through them.
intimately sharing their orifices in a way I find it beautiful. And I
When you
enjoy
put it that way,
watching.
Chris, maybe Nick Cage is right about his food choices.
I often enjoy content like that. But when I'm trying to watch the movie and these goddamn kids are coming in and out, and all of a sudden it's like, I'm like, I just
So
skipped
lock
ahead
on that
10
door.
seconds until like,
That's
it
why I
changed.
watch it on the laptop so I can just move
Yeah.
it as I need to.
So it's really awkward when you're doing it around sixth graders.
Not at school.
Whoa.
Your biology lesson today, kids.
So I skipped once they started. I was like, I checked it out for like a moment. I was like, oh, what's going on there? And then I was like, okay, enough of this. Like, we've seen it all. I've seen everything. It's time to move on.
You've seen a lot.
And then I skip ahead, and then it would cut to like, I am a lawyer, and then it would cut back to
What if Nick Cage was in a witchcraft movie?
a witchcraft. How much witch could a witchcraft if a witchcraft couldn't craft witch?
I can't use my powers.
I would love that.
powers.
I think they should show witchcraft films in health class.
Oh.
That would deter a lot of people.
From what?
Living their lives?
Not cleaning their kitchen floors?
I was
mean,
just leaving it open ended.
Stuff was definitely left open ended.
I've learned a lot about how to keep your chest clean.
Yeah,
Watching witchcraft.
You need to scrub.
Yeah. Dave
What
also
the
has an
fuck are we
alternate
talking
title. We're talking about
Wait,
Witchcraft
what?
6, Aaron. Come on.
Get on our level.
Just because you're hiding under a sofa.
Yeah.
Witchcraft 6, The Devil's Milk Bath.
Yeah, milk baths are nasty. John, do you ever take a milk bath?
I'm in one right now, actually. You want me to hand it?
Are milk baths keto, Chris?
Probably not. Not if you're
I've taken
sucking down
oatmeal.
some of that
Like
milk water.
protein, right?
Oatmeal baths are nice. I've had one or five of those.
Oatmeal baths definitely aren't keto.
I have a
friendly.
question.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
oatmeal bath,
Yeah.
is it just like oatmeal?
No. It's
No.
like a
Okay.
product.
It's like more
colloidal
powder.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say because like if I just dump oatmeal in my bathtub, how am I getting that shit out of there?
it's a mess.
It
It's a
still
real big
gets
mess.
like,
Yes.
even
Yeah.
though it's not
Clumpy
oatmeal, it's
mess.
still
muddy.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's like super ground up oatmeal, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that stuff's going up in places and stuff. I don't want that in there.
It's good for your skin.
You just need to put some raisins in there, Chris. You're good.
Oh, okay.
I have a
Suck up
pretty
some
taut
raisins while I'm in there.
rectocele, so I'm not worried about that as much as Chris is, apparently.
Boy.
Do they make
Just
pasties
clench
for
the
your
whole
butthole?
time you're in the tub.
Yeah, are you just
Yeah.
clenching? Okay, that's fair. Don't let it in. I think I got a raisin up there.
Rubber bands.
Can it go all the way back up to your stomach and you can taste it again?
That's not how that works.
Technically,
Dogs
yes,
taste in
but
their stomach. Aaron.
What?
Dogs taste in their stomach.
I
Dogs
feel
don't
like that sentence.
Dogs don't have taste in their mouth. They taste in their stomach. Dogs taste in their stomach.
Searching
Oh
YouTube.
my god.
We've hit rock bottom on this podcast, folks.
No, we hit that a long
Dogs don't
time
have a
ago,
sense of
John.
taste or dumb preferences.
You
In
just
fact,
haven't,
dogs
you haven't
taste-
been around to witness
Yeah.
the end.
This is what
Do
I came
dogs
back
have
to.
dogs do not have taste buds in their stomach. All their taste buds are located in their mouth. All right, well, fair enough.
Where do
Okay,
you get
then.
your science from, my friend? Like,
Thought
just
I heard
where?
that.
Facebook?
You've
Yeah.
never heard that dogs don't have taste buds in their mouth? They have it in their stomach? Okay, riddle me this, Aaron. Have you ever seen like a dog freshly shitting out of their asshole and been like, I need to eat some of that and then go to town on it? Because dogs do
Yes.
that. That can't taste
Yes.
very good.
I don't think they care about the taste.
There might still be food in there, Chris.
It says dogs have taste
in
buds.
nature,
Sweet, sour,
sometimes it's
salty,
hard to
spicy,
come
and bitter.
by resources, right? So sometimes you got to eat.
So
whatever
like
you
they
can
come
just
upon a
digest it
moose taking a
twice.
big moose shit.
No,
they're just
no,
gonna
but
go
like
count on
a rabbit or something that's eating a bunch of berries and shit.
Those berries are still in there, man.
Yep.
Just wash them off.
There.
It's like,
From
I
the
learned this
pie.
from birdsairen'treal.com.
I am not eating one of your pies, Spiff. I feel like this berry still has turds all over it.
I rinsed them off.
Let's see here. Mike DeRosier liked this one. He said he liked the two cops and the guy they got to help them. Which, Mike, that was the main character in all of the movies. To be fair, there were on actor
Spanner.
number
It was
4.
Will Spanner, wasn't
Will
it?
Spanner. Billy.
I am an actor.
He doesn't get why the one guy just disappeared. That is true. The one cop disappears at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, what
They
is
ran out of budget.
But he said the story
They
made
were like,
sense.
we
He
could
wasn't
keep this guy
available
on,
that
or we could
weekend
get
to
another
film.
bath scene.
He
with
shaved
that
his
lady.
mustache for another movie, and they couldn't film the scene.
Oh, maybe.
And he said the story made sense though. It was virgin sacrifice, bringing in Satan's child, same old story.
Same old song and dance.
Yeah. just like Vampire's Kiss.
Like Vampire's Kiss.
Jason Case expects Vampire's Kiss to get recommended since it has a coherent plot.
Mm.
And Nicolas Cage is very entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. He also has alternate titles for Witchcraft 6, The Incomprehensible Sequel, and Overshowing a Bathtub.
It was a nasty bath.
That's not all they showed.
John, how often do you take a bath?
Once a month in oatmeal.
Is that true?
No.
I don't fit in my bathtub.
I think it
I
was
don't
a
either.
No,
Wait,
a bath?
how
Oh,
do you
yeah, I
not
never
fit
take
in
a
a
bath.
bathtub?
No, yeah.
Who takes baths?
Baths are
Spiv,
gross.
You're like 100 pounds and you're like 5'8". How do you not
I
fit in a
fit
bathtub?
width-wise. It's the length.
Spiv, do you
Maybe our
float?
tub is shorter.
So if you
Yeah.
try to get in the bath, you just float the whole time?
No, if I put that
You
much
just
water in it-
float above the
Yeah.
up in the air.
Well, I'm not Jesus.
Yeah, baths are like human soup.
Yeah, no, if I put that much water in it, just like the overflow drain is there, so I can't get enough water to cover me.
Sounds like a new tub problem.
It's an 80s tub design problem, I think.
Put some rocks in your shorts.
You
when
need to
take
stay in a
bath.
claw bathtub.
Get Flex Seal.
Oh,
Cover
man,
up
if
the
I had like a
overflow
deep claw tub, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that's what you need.
I stayed in a bath, one of
those
those
giant
hot
copper
tub
ones.
baths.
The copper
Those are-
ones are nice. Like a
Giant
jacuzzi,
copper.
you mean?
Yeah, jacuzzi inside,
Yeah.
whatever that's called.
Those are
That was
fun.
cool.
Yeah,
because
hot
it's
tub.
got
The
the
problem with that
jets.
though is
But
you
you
need
still
like a
showered.
massive hot water heater then to
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't-
offset it. Otherwise, it's like what's the point?
You still have to shower after the bath, though. You
Baths
gotta
are
wash
for
all of
people.
you off of you.
No, I love
yeah, that's
me.
true.
Oh.
Sitting in your
I
own
drink,
juices.
I
you go
drink
crawl
the
in bed
water
covered in
afterwards. I'm
oatmeal?
like, I'm not letting this go to waste.
Baths are for people that know
It's
how to
DNA.
relax. That's what baths are for.
I don't know how to do
Shut
that.
shit out. You don't need
It's
to
true.
relax.
You get some
How do you
nice,
do that?
nice bubble
No,
bath.
there's
at
nothing
Lush.
relaxing about a bath. It's a whole bunch of work to set up. You sit in there, it gets cold in 3 seconds. You're like, this sucks.
Again, baths are for people that can relax.
How often are you taking a bath, AJ?
I take a bath occasionally.
He's in the tub right now.
That's
why- that's why
if
his
I had a
furnace
claw
was
bathtub,
running.
I certainly would be. I'll tell you that much. Slippery though. You gotta be careful on that.
Gotta be careful stepping in and out.
Yeah.
That does it for our listener feedback for Witchcraft 6. We do have a question, though, from Nick T. He does not know what the Slack for the Patreon requests is.
Well, that's a
Oh.
loaded question there, Nick.
So-
For
so-
one, the channel was literally just created minutes ago by Spit.
Well, I don't think he knows what he doesn't know what Slack is.
But Nick,
I think.
I believe I sent you an invite, but I'll send you another one on the
Yes.
Patreon.
Oh, the plot
The Slack it's basically a message board type thing with a bunch of channels, and we all talk on there.
We just talk
And
all day long.
It's like Discord, kind of.
It's like Discord, kind of, yeah. But it's the Google version, I guess. Is it Google?
No,
Google.
Slack's
No.
independent still, right?
Yeah.
Slack's independent. Slack doesn't bow
Microsoft
down for no
tried to
man.
buy them, and
For
then they
now.
wrote
Yeah.
Teams and just shut them out of business.
Damn.
Yeah,
Basecamp
'cause
will buy
Teams
them
is great.
probably.
It's not
Okay.
better than Slack.
So, Nick, if
No,
you
it's
still need
terrible.
help with that, I will try and message you tomorrow with a Slack invite.
So
We have a new
if
the
a new
hell's it called?
iTunes review.
Patron.
iTunes.
Oh, this is gonna be bad or really bad.
Governor McFly says, is that good
Hello,
British?
Governor.
Hello, Governor
Better than
McFly.
Nick Cage.
Solid movie podcast. I've listened to many Bad Movie Night podcasts, and this one is of my top ones. It's not just classic bad movies, but many obscure ones too. And if you love the Witchcraft series, boy, is this the podcast for you.
Boy, is this the
Amazing.
only one.
Amazing back catalog of old shows too, and the chemistry is solid. 5
Oh,
out
that's
of 5.
nice. All right, thank you.
Chemistry
you
is
go.
solid.
You need the chemistry.
Also, you know each other for 30 years.
That's true.
We haven't known John that long,
That's
but in my
true.
heart, I feel
But
like
it feels
I
like
have.
we've known him for 30 years.
He just slotted right in.
I'm a plug and play.
He's the liquor salesman. He adapts.
Meet you in the vaccine.
So
Maybe
if you want to
even
leave an
forward.
iTunes review, go on iTunes and leave a review. I don't know how to do that, but I'm sure you can figure it out because I believe in you. Now it's time to move on and do the wheel. So
Yes.
Witchcraft
Yeah.
7.
God damn it! If it's
we
witchcraft, I fucking
go.
quit.
Will.
Why are there two
Oh,
witchcraft?
witchcraft!
you said 2 witchcraft, Spiv, last
I
episode.
did.
Yeah. Yeah,
Maybe
we
I shouldn't.
should.
All right,
No,
we
it's
got
on.
Witchcraft 7, the Judge Master or something. What's it called?
It's the vampire vixen.
Judge.
Judge House.
Yeah, we have vampires.
Judgment
We're
Hour.
vampires.
Witchcraft 7.
I'm a vampire.
We got two Witchcraft 7s. Then we got The Dark Future,
Yeah.
some sci-fi thing. We got Lost Empire, some perverted thing for Spiv. Then we got DNA, which is some sci-fi action.
Star Worms too is the perverted thing for me.
You have two perverted things. Then we have The Dark Lurking, which is for me because it's
God,
about
that's gonna be
aliens.
good.
Title. Dark
Dark
Lurking.
Lurking.
And Star Worms 2, which may or may not be a pornography. I'm not sure yet.
It is.
Here
I'm back.
we
Come on, witchcraft. Come on. Big money witchcraft. Oh, shit.
God damn it.
What is this, Chris?
No,
Is
I
this
don't know, some
fantasy?
Fucking
It looks
trash
like a
for you,
barbarian
Spiv.
movie
Yeah,
or
some
something?
fantasy.
He's
Why
like,
would you put fantasy on the wheel?
every time you get
Because
Spiv a
everybody-
movie,
We
he's
did
not
have to
here
play
the next
Kate
week.
Todd, but Todd's not here anymore. So
No, I'm placating Spiv. Spiv likes the fantasy.
It just
Alright.
mixes it up. every
Spiv
so
lives in a
often.
fantasy, Chris.
Gosh, everyone's so
Spiv
angry
lives
now.
a fantasy. Have you seen his fucking couch?
Sean likes it.
I
His
don't want to watch
couch.
this shit. Here we go. Let's go watch the trailer.
Eyes of Avatar are already in place. The destructive power of the laser cannon will be unmatched in history. Observe.
Can I request to be back for this? Oh my god!
That thing was
on
just a
that
penis,
laser.
right?
Yes.
Chris, take a week off. I got the hosting on that one.
You want to host
we
next
need, we
week?
need protection when you're
I would love a
firing
week
your
off.
laser.
I quit.
That's like
that movie.
Gwendolyn.
AJ's out
Oh.
next week, he says.
Yeah.
It's something.
I don't know if I can do that.
Really? Can't do that.
Yeah.
looks
I've seen
fun.
some
What
of
are
the
you talking
reviews you've
about?
done recently for some shitty films. I think you can manage
Yeah,
this one.
AJ's like, I
Alien.
can't watch this. It's too dirty. And he does Femme Alien on the show. I know. Literally just a softcore.
Hey, someone had to
receipt.
cover
It's the director of Chopping Mall and Deathstalker 2.
He's just a
Jim
historian.
Wynorski,
Doesn't mean he
yeah.
likes it.
Okay.
It's
This is
Wynorski.
going to be good. This is going to be good.
yeah.
So this is called The Lost Empire. I believe it's on Tubi from 1984. Let's see here. Yep, available
Please be
now
on Tubi.
on
Cool.
Tubi. Bam. That's
Nice.
what we're doing next week. I'm looking forward to it. Nice change of pace from the Vampire's Kiss that we did this week. Lindsay will be back next week, so we can all look forward to that
Maybe.
as well. Maybe. If
Is she
not,
back next week? I thought she was still in Colorado.
I don't know. I wasn't doxing her, Spiv. Way to throw that out there. Jesus Christ.
She's at 1229 Colorado Street.
Kansas.
So Lindsay will be back.
She's driving a red car.
And if she's not back, then she won't be back. But I think she will be. But I'm not sure anymore.
It's extremely non-committal.
I thought she was going for 2 weeks, that's all.
I'm not committing to anything, okay? We'll find out next week whether Lindsay's back or not, okay? I don't know anymore. I'm not even sure I'll be here. That's it. That's it for this week's episode.
I'll drive this ship.
John,
All right.
thank you for joining us. As
Yeah.
always, it was a lot of fun having you back.
Hey,
Have to have you
thanks.
back again soon. And I will make my way over to your channel to do hardware. We can chat after this about availability.
There we go.
I feel like I have some availability later this week. If you do.
I don't, but
Yeah, fair enough.
but
That's it,
bearing the
guys.
lead, I'm actually going to be viewing your friend's movie.
Oh,
Fontaine and the Vengeful Nun Who Wouldn't Die.
The hacker, what's your
What?
the Film Hacks co-host.
Yeah, James Dean.
Yeah,
Fontaine
James Dean.
and the Vengeful Nun Who Would Not Die.
Yeah, I'll be talking to him personally on Thursday night.
Oh, he's a good guy.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Tell him Chris said, "What's up?"
he did. He said Chris sent me here.
No, I'm saying for you to say to him.
Oh,
to
sure,
relay-
sure.
Yeah.
Have your people tell his people.
He
Chris
said I
says,
felt like slumming
"Sup."
it, so Chris said, "What's up?"
Okay. Well, that movie's available on Tubi, so everybody should go check that out as well. And that's it,
true.
guys. That's it for this week's episode. If you enjoyed it, go into iTunes, leave a review. We'll read it on the show. It's always fun. We always appreciate that. And then if you want to get access to all the Patreon stuff and get your movie on the wheel, patreon.com/badmovienightshow. It's only a couple bucks. You get access to Slack. You get access to the pre-show. You get access to other things. We are working on Battlefield Earth. It has been in progress for a long time, but it'll be back.
Sure.
Your
Don't hold your breath.
negativity,
When
AJ.
was your last episode of Battlefield?
I've been trying to
Shut
make
the
Battle
fuck
on
up.
Earth forever. We had a date set. And Chris didn't show. No show.
I did not show. I canceled. There's a
Man.
difference.
No call, no show.
Airing all the dirty laundry here. Sheesh.
Yeah, this is a theme, Christopher.
All right. This is what this podcast does to us. All right, guys. We'll catch you here next week. Goodbye.
Bad Movie Night Podcast. Podcast. We hope you enjoy listening to Bad Movie Night.